LiteFinance, the world of financial freedom.
Okay guys, so another week and we need to discuss what we should expect from the macro events and overall what to look for on the markets and for what to pay attention to. Okay, so as for the calendar, the Monday starts as usually very slowly. We have the holidays in United States and United Kingdom, so the volatility should be a little bit lower this day. From the main macro events, we have the manufacturing PMI from China. The reading was almost to the point according to the forecast, and that would be all for the Monday. As for the Tuesday, we have again the manufacturing PMI from China, but this one is these are the data from the market data analysts agency. Later we have the RBA interest rate decision and the statement from the National Bank of the Australia. So later on we have the German manufacturing PMI and German unemployment change month-to-month basis, and manufacturing PMI from the Eurozone and from the UK. And for the Tuesday, most important data release is the inflation data from the Eurozone. It is a preliminary reading, but it will be very important, because if this will be according to the forecast, which is 1.9, the consensus, and if it would be a little bit stronger than it is, or according to the forecast, it would mean that the euro should weaken to the US dollar. Overall, the Tuesday is also the day for the manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI from the United States, and the governor from the Bank of England, Bailey, speaks. As for Wednesday, we have the GDP data from Australia. Let's go in further for Thursday. We have the retail sales from Australia, composite and services PMI from the UK, ADP non-farm employment change and initial jobless claims from the United States. Later, ISM non-manufacturing PMI, crude oil inventories. Again, the Governor, Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaks. And Friday, as every first Friday of the month, we have non-farm payrolls, most important event of the day. And also the Fed Chairman Powell speech. So as for the predictions for the non-farm payrolls, so we have the consensus at 6,500,000 new jobs created. And for the forecast, we could use the measurement from the weekly data about initial jobless claims from the whole month. So if you take an average from the whole month data about initial jobless claims, it was in the decline about of 150,000. So it would indicate that the non-farm payrolls should be a little bit stronger, a little bit higher reading. So later on Friday, we also have the information from the labor market from the Canada and IV PMI. So now let's jump to some charts. Okay, so let's start from the Bitcoin chart, and here we have the weekly time frame. And as you can see, I will start from the analyzing the Elliott waves. We have the first wave, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So we from what we can see, we ended up the complete 5-wave cycle and started to making a 3-wave correction. It was we have A, B, and C. So from this moment, what we should expect, this will be the key moment to look forward to and to analyze whether we will have another 5-wave cycle to the upside, or this will transform into 5-wave downward cycle. So so we would have some rising up to the nearest resistance, and then we will have the continuation to the downside. So that is for the from the weekly perspective. Let's go to 4-hour chart, for example, and as you can see, it is hard to tell from this perspective whether we would go up or down. We made a new higher low, and again new higher low, although the alligator indicator is still directing the downward movement. But if we check the left side, if we move back to the left, What is important are those highs from the January, which we reached 40,000. So this was the end of the first wave, and if we are still between those this resistance and support zone, it is hard to tell whether we would go up or down from this moment. So I would be looking forward to some kind of, you know, breaking through either up or down, and then looking for the for a trade. Okay guys, so as for the Euro USD, again the wave theory could play a key role here. Let's mark the waves. We have first and fifth. So what we can see is a completed 5-wave cycle, and right now we have the beginning of a correction cycle. But let's mark the correction cycle with a different color. Let's make it, I don't know, blue, dark blue. So we have the A and B, and the potential wave C would be something like this toward the level of the previous support. So that is my scenario, and we see also the treasury bonds, which are traded a little bit higher levels right now, and the very good information from the USD economy with the good data about the GDP. And that would be, I think, the reason for upcoming weakening of the euro. Also, we need to pay attention to the inflation data, which are presented, the preliminary data, which are presented during this week. And as I said, during the talking about the calendar, if they will be very good, it should help the greenback to strengthen against the euro. Therefore, to help create this downward movement and the another correction wave. So now let's switch to the crude oil. And as for the crude, we have still the name of the game is Iran, which is still in talks about the lifting the sanctions from the US. And the chart, as we see, we have a very cramped price right now at these levels. It is starting to begin very tight, and therefore if we break through to the upside, the potential is to the levels of the nearest resistance level, which is the level of 76. But the reason why we could see a pullback is the situation, the COVID situation in India, and the information from the iron. But as you can see, we have those information since another week or two, but the market didn't care that much at all, if we can say this kind of metaphor as for the market behavior, because we see the reopening of the economies, the summer is coming, and the traffic on the airlines is to be very high, and therefore the demand for the oil is increasing steadily. So the only thing that could stop the move upward is the some cracking down information about the COVID India situation and the situation with the Iran. So that would be all for this video. I hope you like this a little bit different format. So see you again and hear you again next week. Take care, bye.